What are your alternatives to applying for a graduate work visa subclass 485? Hi, this is Nicholas Yock, a registered migration and education agent from Pathway to Oz. We're often asked by a lot of students who might not be able to apply for the 485 graduate work visa, what are their options that will allow them to remain in Australia and continue to work? So maybe they've aged out of the bracket, or they can't meet the English, or they did study the course which wasn't eligible for the visa. Today I'm going to give you an overview of some of these options. Please note we do have a lot more detailed videos and information on these specific visas on our website or other YouTubes. Firstly, the training visa. Okay, the subclass 407 visa is perfect for someone who's studied a course and then wants to work in the field. In order to apply for a training visa, you need to have studied or have worked in your occupation for at least 12 months in the previous 24 months. So if you studied carpentry, for example, for 2 years, then you'll meet that requirement because you've been studying it previously. You don't even need work experience. Please note, in order to apply for the training visa, you do need to have an employer that's willing to nominate you, and they've got to give you an employment offer of at least 30 hours a week. But unlike an employer-sponsored visa, it's a lot cheaper, there's a lot lower requirements, salary-wise, etc. Secondly, do you have a partner or who's Australian or even a foreign partner? If you do have a partner and you meet the de facto requirement, you might be able to apply for a partner visa if they're an Australian, or if they've got a 482, general skilled migration, anything like that, you can potentially apply to be added onto their visa. We recently helped someone being added to their partner's student visa. They met him while they were studying, they built up the evidence, met the de facto requirement. We applied for her to be added to his visa. He was studying a master's, so she actually had full work rights when she moved on to his visa as well. The next thing, can you submit an expression of interest and apply directly for general skilled migration? If you've studied a course, doesn't require post-qualification work experience, or if you've already got a skill assessment from previous work experience, look into that. It might be a bit tight with the times, obviously, and you might need to do something around that, but consider it an option. Can you apply for another student visa? For example, if you studied the Cert 3 in carpentry, can you do the Cert 4 in building and construction? Or some other complementary course which will upskill you, just until you get that experience needed. Recently, especially with the UK changes, can you get another working holiday visa? Work and holiday visa. These are all options that you should consider. However, obviously, they depend on your specific situation. So if you want to discuss your situation in detail, feel free to jump on our website, book in a consultation, and we'll take it from there.